We're here with LOD following a 2-0 victory over first place Counter Logic Gaming. That's got to feel pretty good for the Dig squad.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, I didn't get to play the games, but regardless, I'm still here and I'm supporting the team, and I'm happy to see them win and succeed. They're playing really well right now.
So when you're on the bench for a series, like you don't play or you sub in at all, when you're not directly in the game, what's the best thing that you can do to like help your teammates out? Like, is it just like a different perspective, or what do you do to try to like still contribute?
There's actually like not really a whole lot I can do. I mean, I can give my opinions on the games, but like especially if we're winning, like there's not really much I can say. You know, it's like there's not much to do better if you're gonna 2-0 the best team. So I'm just kind of chilling in the room and like watching the games and listening to the comms and like seeing what they're doing, because they're doing a lot of things right now. So I'm just trying to learn. You
guys had start Adrian as well as Altec starting today. Can you talk a little bit about the dynamic between now your two sort of different bot lanes with like you and Big and Altec or Adrian? Is it really like paired off like that, or are you guys just going to try a bunch of different stuff? What is the plan for the Dignitas bot lane right now?
I'm not really sure. Like, we're just trying different things out. Like, obviously, even though we started off the split well, a lot of our wins weren't really like super clean, and then we like kind of started losing too randomly, and then so we're just trying to like figure out what's best for the team here. Like, we just want the team to succeed, and so for the last week we just tried out only like Adrian and Altec in scrims, and they were actually doing super well, and then obviously they just showed up super hard on stage right now, so I'm not really sure what will happen in the future, but I mean right now they're like the best option for the team, I feel like, so I'm happy for them.
So with the win today, Dignitas moves to 6-5, but you guys started off 5-1 and then had a slide of 4 straight losses. What do you think caused that sort of slide in your guys' ability, and then how did you fix it to then 2-0 the best team in the league, essentially?
As I said, you know, like just bringing in new players, like I don't know, the team was like feeling a little bit tilted from all the losses, and we weren't really on the same wavelength. Like, people were seeing the game a lot in like a really different way. But when you bring in new players, like it's kind of like a honeymoon phase. Everyone's trying their hardest and everyone like gives it their all, because it's kind of like a fresh slate to work with. So I feel like Adrian and Altec coming in really just changed the mindset of the team in a positive way, and I feel like it's like picking the team back up. So yeah.
Do you think that has to do with the players that you bring into the team themselves and their attitudes, or is it just like in effect, regardless of who you bring in, having a new player in the team just really just kind of boosts the morale up and kind of brings a fresh start to everybody?
I mean, the level of player you bring in is going to affect like how big of a deal the honeymoon phase is. Sure. But I think regardless of who you bring in, as long as players aren't terrible, it's going to like definitely like pick the team up, you know, unless they're just like coming in and feeding every game, you know. But you know, when you have like a new player, new perspective, like a new mind to work with, it's like everyone wants to work super hard to like show each other their best, you know. So you kind of just get like the best out of everyone.
You guys doing any like fun like little 2v2 internal scrims or anything like that?
No, not right now. But I mean, it's actually 2v2s are actually pretty helpful. So maybe in the future.
Yeah, I just figured with how the meta's been going, with there being a lot more playmaking supports.
Yeah. 2v2 bot lane is like pretty interesting right now. The picks are super hyphy. We got like Callista and like Thresh every game. We got the hyphy shit now.
It's fun.
It's hella fun.
Definitely. Last time we talked, you mentioned that while you were happy how well the team was doing, you weren't feeling very satisfied with your own play. Has taking less games, like less professional games by the week, and kind of splitting time with somebody else helped you kind of focus more on what you need to fix for yourself?
I actually think it helped me a lot. Like, I went through like a pretty like dark time like around like the last in the off season, and like I don't know, looking back, my mindset was actually really, really bad, and I just like wasn't in like a really good place. But seeing the team succeed and kind of like sitting from the side and watching and like taking a little bit of a break actually helped me a lot, I feel like. And I think it'll make me a lot better player with like a lot better mindset in the future. So I'm actually fine with it.
We saw North America kind of run the table at Rift Rivals on Europe after a lot of trash talk from Europe, and honestly a pretty general consensus that Europe was the stronger region. What do you think North America did well that caught Europe so off guard in most of these games?
It seemed like we just had like the better players this time around, or like I don't know, maybe they were just slumping or whatever, but like honestly, a lot of our Rift Rivals wins just came from like winning lanes and then just winning the game off winning lanes. Like, they were picking a lot of like scaling stuff, and maybe they can get away with that in Europe, but in NA, you try and play like that and you just get clapped out right off the bat, because like how can you win when none of your lanes have pressure? And so I'm really glad to see that NA just like abuse that playstyle, because it's not how you can play the game in my opinion.
We have 3 more weeks until playoffs comes about. What's Dignitas looking at here? Are we just looking for any kind of playoffs, top 3, top 2? What's the goal for the team right now?
I mean, after like our dip, I mean, I think we're just going to be happy to make playoffs, and I think we're a good enough team though that if we come into playoffs with the right mindset and we're not tilted and we're like playing at our best, then I think we can make a playoffs run whether we're like first or whether we're sixth. So just looking forward to that. I think we'll make playoffs.
You said that you had an adjustment of mindset in the last few weeks compared to the off season and the first few weeks of the season. Is there something you learned through that time that's going to help you next time that something hard might happen?
Yeah, I think so, because I think like I've gotten stuck in like a really negative and like fixed mindset, and I worked with Weldon before. I don't know if you know him, but he kind of like taught me that to be a good player, you have to constantly be in a growth mindset. You constantly have to see your own mistakes and like what you're doing wrong, and only focus on that. And I started to just like look at everything around me and like blame everything around me, and I just got like stuck in that like mentality. But I feel like the past few weeks for me have really like changed that, and I'm feeling more positive towards everything, and I'm trying to just do like what I can to like improve myself. So yeah, I think it's really good, and if I can like stay like this, then I'll just become a better player in the future and be like more equipped to handle similar situations.
Well, it's great to hear that you're doing better. Great to hear the team's doing better as well. LOD, is there anything that you'd like to say to your fans, the Dignitas fan base, who must be pretty happy after this win?
Thanks to the fans for supporting us. I really hope you guys all support like whatever the team is doing. Everything is a team decision. And thanks for watching our games, and yeah, appreciate it.
Feel free to hit that subscribe button for more NALCS interviews, and for everything else League of Legends Esports, you can head to caliber.gg.